Hey, hello, my friend. In this episode, I want to talk to you about how you can make the best out of an opportunity that you have in your art career. Let's say you have a show, let's say you have a mural project, let's say you are part of something really super special, and you want to maximize that opportunity so that you can get even bigger and better opportunities in the future. So let's talk about that in this episode. My name is Sergio Gomez. I'm an artist, curator, gallery owner, author, and co-founder of the Art NXT Level program. And my goal with this channel is to make marketing and art business easy so that you can grow your art career, find new opportunities, sell more art, and spend more time creating in the studio. So if you like that, make sure you click on the subscribe button and click on the little bell so that you receive notifications of our future videos. All right, friends, so welcome back. I'm here actually in College of DuPage, beautiful campus of College of DuPage, where I came here from Florida, from Miami, to work on this really cool project I'm going to talk to you about that's called the Olmec Trails. It's a project along with other 33 artists from Mexico and here all across the United States, where we are painting these massive Olmec heads, which are small-size replicas of the original stone Olmec heads that are found in Mexico. This is my head that I painted, and I want to talk to you about something I was thinking about, like how do I maximize this opportunity, right? How do I make the best of this opportunity? And this can also help anyone that has been perhaps featured on a magazine, or maybe you were part of a big show, or maybe you had a solo show, or maybe you were part of a project like this or some sort of collaboration, and you're like, okay, it's over, it's done, how do I make the best of it? Because I'm actually done with my project. I've been here for just about a week, working every day on this really cool project, and now I'm thinking about, okay, what am I going to do once I get back home, right? How am I going to maximize this opportunity? So what I'm going to do right now is share with you what I'm planning to do so that you can also think about, when you have a similar opportunity, what you can do about it yourself so that you can also maximize the opportunity to the best of your abilities. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, as I go back, I'm going to think about who needs to know about this project. Like, from people that I know, who needs to know about this project? And it doesn't matter if they follow you on social media or not. Think about who are people and write down their names. You know, perhaps could be a prior supporter or a prior collector, or somebody in the media, somebody that you know by name that you think they need to know about this really cool project that you did, or that particular sort of show, that one thing that you just finished, right? So that's one way in which you're going to maximize the opportunity, by telling this news to somebody that you know, that you think they have to know about this. Why? Because it's going to help you. You're going to be seen as somebody who is doing things, right? Who's making a difference, who's changing the world, who's making amazing work, and that's what you want. So first thing is going to be that. Second thing I'm going to do is also, before I leave this beautiful campus, I'm going to make sure I have plenty of pictures, document the project. So if you have an exhibition, for example, you want to make sure that you take plenty of pictures of the show. In this case, of this head, I'm going to take tons of pictures all around as well. I'm going to also take lots of video details, particularly on this piece. You know, there's a lot of detail that I want to make sure that I captured on video, and I'm going to do it in two ways. I'm going to do both pictures and video, both in vertical mode and also in horizontal mode. Why both? Well, if I'm doing a YouTube video, I'm going to need a lot of horizontal footage, right? If I'm going to put something on my website, it's probably going to look better as a video in horizontal mode versus vertical. Now, if I'm going to do things for Reels on Instagram or TikTok or anything else, well, I'm going to need them in vertical mode. So I want to make sure that I have plenty of content in both vertical and horizontal format. So when I'm ready, again, as I finish this project and I continue sharing about it, you know, I have plenty of material, because I will not have access to this project, to this piece of art anymore once I leave the premises here and go back to Miami. So you want to make sure you do that, right? You document to the best of your abilities. Try to do a video if you can, talking about the project too, you know, kind of what I'm doing right now, but do something that where you talk about your project, even if you don't know how you're going to use it. You have no idea how many shows I have done, which were important exhibitions in which I wish I had taken the time, to say something to the camera for future usage of that particular project. So that's the second thing. The third thing I'm going to be doing as well is, now that I have all this documentation, I'm going to go and create an email newsletter specifically about this particular project. So again, if you had a show, if you had something that you just finished, you want to make sure that you also tell everyone who's subscribed to your channel, about that particular project or event or thing that you did. Why? Because it's important. They need to know they're your supporters, they're the people behind you, they're the people who really care about what you are doing. That's why they sign up to your email list. So you want to make sure that you take the time, proper time, to write a really nice email talking about the experience, what it meant for you, what this has done for your art career specifically, and send them pictures. Include links to your social media where you're showing like behind the scenes of the project, setting up the show. In my case, like how I started this piece and what has happened since then, to make sure that they get to know the behind the scenes. Remember, that's why people sign up to your email list, because they want to know more about you. So make sure you do a specific, just one email that has one purpose, that is to let them know what you just did. All right. Now, the next thing I'm going to do as well is I'm going to go to my website and create a blog post. Out of that email that I just created, I'm going to take the information, same information, maybe add a few more pictures, and make sure that in my website I have a blog post dedicated to this particular project. And you can do it again. You can do this with a solo show or an opportunity that you did. Maybe you did a mural somewhere or anything, anything that you can think of, like, yeah, this is a great opportunity. Make sure that you maximize that opportunity by doing all these things. So again, by documenting this on my website, this is going to be really helpful, because 5 years from now I'm going to forget about some of the details about the project. Maybe I want to share the project with somebody and I will not have the pictures handy, but I can send everyone to my website, and in my website everything will be documented, from the start to the end of the project. So that's another thing I'm going to do to maximize this opportunity. All right, I think that's number 3. Let's talk about number 4. Another thing that you can do to maximize this project is also think about, can I actually create a proposal out of this project, right? Can I actually, find new opportunities based on this thing that I just did? In other words, this head is proof, now is actual physical proof of something that I can do, right? So if you did a mural, or you did a solo show, or you did, some sort of other thing, event or whatnot, or project, well, now you have it, right? Now it's there. So you can use that to your leverage to find other opportunities just like this one. So I'm thinking about, okay, what can I do with this? Are there other things that I can paint 3-dimensional? Are there other ideas that I can do, exactly because of what I learned with this project? Now that it is here, it's no longer just an idea or a thought. It's actually physical. It's actually there. So think about that. I actually do that for my exhibitions, both as a curator and as an artist. I always think, can I take this show into the road? Can I propose it to other venues? Can I pitch the show idea to other galleries or other museums? That's another way in which you can, of course, maximize what you have done as well in your art career and find new and better opportunities for that. All right, so that was number 4. Let's talk about number 5. So I think these are all very important things that you can do to maximize each and every opportunity that you get in your art career as well. The next one has to do with social media. Social media is super important. You may think, well, I already posted a lot. Well, as I was doing the project, I already did a lot of promotion. I don't want to get my people tired, and so on, right? Like, I've already done all that social media, and I've done the same. As I'm working in this project, I've been posting about it every day from the start, when the head was white, and then I started to put the first layers and second layer and third layer and details and so on. So as I'm thinking about that, it's easy for me to come back home and say, well, I already did that. I'm ready to move on to the next thing. And that's the biggest problem that most of us as artists, we do. We have the show, or we have the exhibition, or we have the event, or we finish the project, and okay, we're like, check, and we're ready for the next thing. So, and this video is about maximizing what you just did. So in order to maximize that, you need to continue talking about it, even if it's already done, even if in your mind and in your books and your calendar is checked, it's done. The reality is that even though you've been posting about it frequently, Not everybody saw it. Not everybody's paying attention. You think, well, I already posted a few times. Everybody who is a follower already knows about it. The reality is that you will be surprised that probably half of the people that follow you have no clue what you just did. They were probably not paying attention, maybe algorithm showing them something different, So you may have 5,000 followers and you're like, well, everybody knows about it. Well, maybe only 1/3 or 1/4 of the people actually have a small clue of what you just did. So you gotta find different ways of talking about it, of continuing sharing photographs, images, details. Of course, you're not gonna do it every single day, but you can continue doing it in different ways so that you can, again, maximize the opportunity the best way you can. Because these things, sometimes we feel like, well, it was good, it was important, but it's done, right? Let's move on. Let's continue pushing the envelope so that you can get bigger and better opportunities just because you are maximizing the effort that you just did. All right, let's do one more. Let's do a bonus one. How about we do a bonus one? Something that you can do to maximize the opportunity, maximize the momentum of what you created. And this one is actually really good. And you have to ask yourself the question for this one: how can I monetize? Right? How can I monetize from this opportunity? In other words, what can I do to also create additional revenue? Right? If you had an exhibition, if you had a project, if you had a show, if you have something that you created, that you did, the question is, what can I do now to actually make money out of it or make more money of it? If you already make money of it the first time around, how can I continue that? For example, if it's an exhibition, are there any of the pieces in the show that I can maybe in the next 2 months do a release of a limited edition print, right? That would be a good one. Or some sort of merchandising that you can do with that. Or is there any additional things that I can do? Can I do a performance? Depends on what the thing that you did. You have to be creative and think about, how can I monetize this? In my case, for example, as I'm looking at this, can I make a painting that somehow relates to it, but it's my painting, and then can I monetize that, right? Can I sell it? And not only that, because now that this theme is hot, but can I also create prints of it, or can I create other merchandise from it, that I can monetize from the ideas that came out from creating this project? Because that's the cool thing about artists, right? We come up with ideas that then we can actually use, that we can actually put to work in other ways, right? I learned some new things as I painted this particular piece right here. Some interesting ways in which I was using paint, three-dimensionally as well. And the stencils that I was using, and a lot of things, right? So I'm thinking about, well, maybe my next painting or my next few paintings, I'm going to use some of the same or similar techniques. And now that I'm using this, okay, how can I monetize that, all right? So how can I make money out of that as well? So it's a fair question. It's something that we all can ask ourselves. How can I monetize what I just finished in order to, again, make a difference in my art career? So I hope you enjoy, my friends, these 5 plus the bonus ways in which you can really maximize the opportunity that you just received in your art career. And do me a big favor, if this is something that you think is good ideas, if you think these are good ideas, let me know in the comments. And also, if you have ideas of your own, what else would you do? That's the question. What else would you do if you were in my shoes, right? If you were just finishing a project like this, what else would you do? And I'm sure there are many more things that we can mention, but I only wanted to mention a few and give you opportunity to also come up with your own ideas. What else would you do to maximize the momentum of what you just did? But wait, before you leave this video, if you are an artist who wants to grow your art career and wants to achieve greater success, make sure you check out the Art NXT Level program. You will find a link under this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the next video that we have recommended just for you.